Hello everyone, welcome to this 14-day pelvic stability Yogalates challenge. You can absolutely practice this class on its own, although I invite you to join us for the next 14 days practicing this class as we improve our postural alignment, enhance our capacity to perform daily tasks with comfort and ease, as well as strengthening our mental and muscle memory. You'll find the details below in the comments section. So whenever you are ready, afford yourself a moment to get comfortable. We'll begin today's class on our mats, facing the short edges, maybe taking a moment to tune into the breath. Allow yourself to let go of any lingering thoughts or feelings that are detracting you from this very moment, right here. You might like to set an intention for today's practice. Starting in a tabletop position, wrists are in line with shoulders. Wrists are going to be facing one another, fingertips facing towards the edges of the mat, and we'll begin to create some circular motions with the body, moving the hips around towards the heels, bringing the shoulders over the wrists. If you were creating circles in one direction, you might like to swap the direction, beginning to slow down the movement. And from here, we'll shift to face the long edge of our mat as we come into a supported side plank, grounding down through the right leg, the right arm. Shoulders and hips are stacked on top of one another, and we'll begin to raise that top leg. Single leg lift and lower, lift and lower, ever so slightly tapping that big toe down and lifting the leg right back up, squeezing and engaging the leg at the top, seeing if you can lift the leg a little higher, checking in with the core, you drawing the navel to the spine, softening the rib cage, the muscles of the face, and really using that grounded arm for support so that we're not collapsing into the shoulder girdle. A few more lifts, you've got this, stay strong. Last two. And we'll turn to tabletop position, grounding down through the palms and the right leg. We'll begin to open our left knee out to the side, keeping the leg flexed. Raising the knee to hip height and guiding it back to the midline with control. Really squeezing the glutes at the top. Doing your best to stay stable, balancing your weight across that tripod foundation. If you notice the right hip splaying out to the side, mindfully guide yourself to the midline. Matching your inhalations with exhalations. Guiding the breath to any regions of the body where you're feeling sensation. You've got this. Final 3, 2, and final lift. Well done. We'll come to lie down on our sides. You might like to rest the side of your face in that right palm, elbows flexed. Keeping the right knee flexed in line with the hip, extend your left leg out in front, keeping the foot flexed, and we're going to lift and lower that leg. Single leg movements, slow and controlled. Tapping the big toe down and lifting the leg right back up. Hips are stacked, being mindful to keep that core engaged. Again, this is a great posture to work into the outer stabilizing muscles, the outer hips, the glutes. Keeping that leg straight, keeping everything engaged. Final 3, 2, 1. Well done. Bend the knee. We'll extend both of our legs out, coming in on an angle so that our feet are closer to the edge of the mat. Legs are extended, foot is flexed, and we'll begin to raise our top leg, the left leg. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Keeping everything engaged, and again, mindfully ensuring that the left knee is facing forwards. Foot is flexed, and we're squeezing the glutes at the top. Checking in with your foundation. Can you soften around the neck, the face? Maybe inviting a smile onto your face, unclenching the jaw. Well done. Last 3, 2, 1. We'll keep our leg up and lift and begin to create small circular motions in one direction, keeping the foot pointed this time. And you might like to have your left palm down in front of you for support, or you might like to place your palm around your waist. This could be a great opportunity to help you check in and see if you are engaging your pelvic floor, your abdomen. We'll begin to take the circles in the opposite direction, small movements. Keeping the hips stacked. Last few circles, really feel as though your leg is growing taller, you're growing through the tips of the toes. And for our next movement, we're going to stay in the same position, keeping the leg extended. We'll tap our foot out 3 times to the front and back. Tap, 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 and back on top of the foot. 1, 2, 3, and back. Lifting with control, keeping the torso, the body grounded. It's just that top leg, the top hip that is moving. Steady movements, steady breath. A few more taps. Well done. Keep breathing. Engaging that outer hip, stabilizing the whole body. Last few taps, and then we are going to transition into our leg lifts, lifting only halfway, keeping it small, pulses up and down. Foot is flexed, knee is facing forwards, core is engaged. Finding your arm adjustment that suits you. This is our last bit of work on this side. You can do it. Last 3, 2, 1. Well done. Swapping sides. We'll come into our supported side plank lifts. This time grounding down through the left arm, left leg. Extending the right leg out, right arm overhead, maybe gazing up. Core is engaged and begin to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Single leg movements, you have got this. Squeezing the glutes, the outer hips at the top. Working to see if you can raise the height of the leg to above hip height, whilst keeping everything engaged. Staying strong. Last 2 and 1, coming into a tabletop position, grounding down through the palms and the left leg. We'll begin to open our right leg out to the side and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Keeping the foot flexed, keeping the knee flexed. Squeezing that outer hip, the glute at the top. Mindfully guiding the leg to the midline and lifting it right back up. Core is switched on, drawing the navel to the spine. We're protecting our lower back. You might begin to really feel this in your supporting leg just after we've worked that side, so be gentle with yourself. Slow down the breath, slow down the movements if that's in your practice. Listen to what your mind and body need today. Last 2. Coming down to lie on our sides, supporting your head with the palm of your hand. We will extend our top leg out in front, keeping the leg extended, foot is flexed, and we'll begin to lift and lower that leg. The grounded leg is flexed, knee is in line with the hips, keeping the core active. If you'd like to make this move more intense, you're more than welcome to bring the foot closer to the chest. And for a little bit of an easier variation, extend the leg slightly further away from the torso. It's up to you. Keep going. Last 2 and 1. Extend the legs out. Keeping the feet slightly on an angle towards the edge of the mat, we'll begin to lift and lower that top leg, keeping the foot flexed, squeezing everything together, engaging at the top, lowering with control and lifting right back up. We have got this. Last few. Keeping the leg raised. We'll begin to create some circles in one direction, pointing the foot, maybe guiding your palm onto your hip, onto your waist to mindfully engage that core, find that breath, mind, body awareness. Staying strong. Feeling your leg growing longer. One more circle in this direction and we'll begin to swap the rotations. Breathing through any tension. If you notice the mind beginning to wander, simply guiding yourself to the breath, to this moment. Re-establishing your connection to the earth, to the breath. From here, we'll begin to tap our leg out in front. 1, 2, 3, and bring it back. Tapping with the big toe, really working from the outer hip here. Keeping the rest of the body engaged and straight. It's just the top leg that we're moving. Again, the closer you bring your top leg towards the torso, to the top of the mat, the more challenging the move is going to be. So you get to decide what intensity you would like it to be. A few more taps. Keep going. Stay strong. We have got this. The more you practice these movements, the easier they will get, so be patient, be compassionate with yourself. Keep trying, keep smiling. This is our last bit of work, lying down on this side, staying strong. Final round, keeping the leg lifted for these single leg pulses. Foot is flexed, hips are stacked. Working from the outer hips, lifting the leg halfway up and lowering it down. Last 3, 2, 1. Well done, team. We have a few more exercises left, rolling onto our backs. We're going to set up for bridge pose, grounding down through the heels. We're beginning to tilt the pelvis and begin to peel the vertebra off one at a time, raising the hips, the lower back, the mid back, squeezing the glutes at the top, and lowering down one vertebra at a time. And again, hips, lower back, mid back, squeeze the glutes, and lowering down. Arms are extended out long. You might like to ground down through the palms for support. Finding your rhythm, pairing movements with the breath. Really working on engaging the inner thighs here. We'll stay up in our bridge position, grounding down through the right foot. We're going to extend our left leg out at knee height. Keeping the hips level, flex the knee into the chest, extend the leg and lower down to knee height. Draw the knee in, lift and extend. Flex the knee, lift, extend and lower. Once more, flex, extend and lower. We'll reverse the movement. Lift, bend the knee in, extend out. Lift, bend the knee in, extend out. Just like this, keeping those hips raised, keeping the hips squared. Final movement on this side. Gently place the foot down and we'll lower each vertebra down one at a time. Again, lifting up into a single bridge, squeezing the glutes at the top, mindfully guiding yourself down onto the mat. And again, peeling the vertebra off, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the inner thighs, gently lowering down. Once more, this time we'll keep the hips raised and we'll take that transition on the other side, extending the right leg, flex the knee, draw it into the chest, extend the right leg up to the sky, lower down with control, flex, extend and lower, just like this, keeping those hips raised, really engaging the glutes and the hamstrings on the left side. We'll reverse the direction, lift, flex the knee and extend. Lift, flex the knee and extend. A few more. Can you lift those hips a little higher? Broaden across the heart space a little more. Once more. Well done. Mindfully guide your right heel down. We'll keep the hips up, staying in a bridge, and we'll begin to create some small pulses. How high can you lift those hips? For an added challenge, you might like to flex the elbows, palms facing towards one another, fingertips facing skywards. Maybe raising the toes up off the floor, grounding down through the heels, squeezing the inner thighs. A few more pulses. This is our last bit of work. Well done, team. Staying strong. We'll stay up and hold, static lift, squeezing everything together, softening the face. Breathe. Keep going. Last 3, 2, 1, and gently lower down. Well done, team. Heel toe your feet to the edge of the mat. Allow the knees to rest against one another, creating an expansive space around the lower back. You might like to place one palm on the belly and the other on the chest, perhaps cactusing the arms out wide. And you might like to fan the legs out in either direction, really stretching it out, inviting some movement into the outer hips, the lower back. And when you're ready, we'll take reclined pigeon on the left side, Supta Kapotasana. Flexing the left knee and placing the lateral edge of the left foot on top of the right thigh, finding a bind that is conducive with where you are at today. Allowing the shoulders to relax on the floor. Feeling a lovely stretch in the outer hips. Breathe. Gently release, and we'll take the same stretch on the other side, finding your hand gesture, settling into the posture. You might like to sway a little side to side, gently massaging the lower back. Beginning to unravel, we'll extend the legs out long. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, stretch the body in either direction. Bending the knees, drawing the knees towards the chest. Interlacing the fingers around the right knee, we'll extend the left leg out long, Pavamuktanasana, wind relieving posture, finding a lovely release for the hip flexor. And maybe staying here or finding a spinal twist. Guiding the right knee over to the left. Right arm is extended. You might like to gaze over those right fingertips. Shoulders are grounded. Finding a lovely release in the lower to mid back as well as the outer hip. We'll return both knees to the chest and take this posture on the other side. Finding any variation that is fostering a state of relaxation and ease. Breathe. Mindfully returning to your back, draw the knees to the chest, and we'll begin to take a rolling like a ball as we come up to a seated position, taking as many rolls as you like, massaging out the vertebral column, releasing any tension along the back of the neck. And when you're ready, we'll come to take a seat. Allow the shoulders to roll back and down away from the ears. Maybe keeping the eyes closed. Inhale, extend the arms overhead, join the palms together. Exhale, lowering the palms to the third eye center. The light and the teacher in me honors the light and the teacher in each of you. Thank you all so much for today. Namaste.